Right, you lot. So what are you saying? Back again for another video where I'm just chin wagging, talking the most. But you know what? We're back again, right? Yeah. Today I'm here to talk about something that I believe in, and I believed in for quite a while now, and it's starting to become like a firm belief. Obviously, I like to come on here now and to just share my ideas and just to share what I think and just something that might help one of you lot out there. Like, I'm 23 years old, and there's a couple of things that I feel like I may have that I'd like to share to you lot. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people around my age or in like my position, or even people younger. I'm like 18, because I'm 23, but it's all like, do you know what? Younger, older, whoever. I think it's a thing that's happening all around the world. But you know, I like to just come on here because it was such a big deal for me to get out of. I feel like I want to come here and help people now to be able to figure out themselves. Like, not to say that I've got an answer to life. Don't get me wrong, but I trust God. You know what I'm saying? I trust God, and this is what I feel like I have to do for right now, you know what I'm saying? Just to try help people. Yeah, so today what I'm going to talk about is, I think that life is perfect. Your life is perfect. You just have to leave it alone. But don't get me wrong when I say that. I don't mean that your life's perfect and like, you might be out here and you're getting like abused by your parents, or you might be out here and you're struggling with these things and stuff like that. And like, you know, I'm not trying to say like it's perfect in the sense of like, it has everything that you want in it. Like, well, I am talking like that. Yeah, I am talking actual perfect sense where everything that you want or truly desire in your life will come to you if you leave it alone. It's basically the belief. But yeah, like, don't get me wrong as to like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna lay back and literally don't care about your life, literally leave your life alone. Like, I mean, like, in a way, like, do you know what? I'm backtracking myself. I do actually mean that, yeah. I do actually mean that, yeah. Like, if you leave your life alone, everything will happen. And like, I have a feeling that I feel like I know why maybe a lot of people might hold on to certain things in their life, or you know why people might never see this or experience this to know what I'm talking about. But do you know what's interesting is like, if you guys have ever been through a situation where like you feel like, oh, life's doing you dirty at the moment, and you're going through bad situations, like bad situation after another, and then let's say you finally get over it, but you kind of needed them bad things to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't see, like, in order for you to get this thing, you had to go through that, if you know what I mean. Like, it's like, and then you make that realization of, oh, maybe I have to go through some sort of bad things sometimes in order to grow. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's where this belief is all rooted from, because usually, do you know what happened is, so I used to have like, I don't know what it was, but it was like insane, like, man, I don't know if it was anxiety, whatever it was. Yeah, I was like always worried about my life, or what I'm doing, what I'm saying, how I'm acting, type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like, this clouded me for quite a long time. And the thing is though, if that had never happened to me, I wouldn't be the person that I am right now. And like, I gained a lot of knowledge through that process in order for me to get here. And when I actually first had a taste of like getting out of that process, I thought to myself, I was like, do you know what? Everything is actually meant to be. And like, for so long, I used to think like, a good life means nothing bad happens to you, and a bad life means everything bad happens to you. So when you're going through bad things all the time, constantly, you're going to think, oh, my life's horrible and stuff like that. And I think that maybe a lot of people are there because not everyone's life's perfect. You probably have to go through 10,000 different bad situations before you get to one good one. So this is what I started to understand also when I got out of that. I was like, you know what? If this is me, I don't think there's any difference between me or you watching the screen right now, or anyone in the world. I don't think that there's any big difference. I think that we all think the same. We all act the same and stuff. Like, not the exact same thoughts, or we want to be the same person, but I think that when it comes down to the core of things, I think that we all want the same things. We want to just live life, be happy, and just do what we want in a way, you know what I'm saying? And like not be bothered by anyone, or not be hurt, not feel no pain. So I feel like on a scale, we're all the same as humans. So I started to think, do you know what? And then especially when that happens to you, there was a thing that I had that was called survivor's guilt, which is like I felt like I got out of a bad situation, but then I was like guilty that my life was going good. And like I felt like something has to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just from always having these bad things happen. And I'm not trying to say that my life was horrible. This is just the perspective that I had in my life. Like it wasn't the worst thing. Like I didn't grow up in a bad family and stuff. Like I've been blessed in so many ways otherwise. But this is just that one thing that clouded me. It stopped me from getting the things that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of froze me as a human being. So when I actually got out of it, I felt like a sense of achievement, because that's how you feel after you go through a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? It gives you life. It makes you feel like you can carry on. So, and then those are the things that started making me think, oh, things are meant to happen to you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Things are meant to happen to you for a reason. And I actually started to believe this a lot more. And then instead of me, after that, I kind of just couldn't, I was confused at like how I should go through life. But then that's when I actually made the realization that I have to just leave it alone. Like you have to kind of like, you're looking at your life like you're a viewer. You're not really experiencing it, but you're viewing it, but as well as experiencing it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. Because I mean that by saying like, let's say you're going through something that you have to learn something. Like you're gonna have to do uncomfortable things. You get me? And then sometimes things are just gonna happen, but they're just meant to be always. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is actually meant to happen always. Like, I feel like we're all in this like story which is it's already been written, and we're just living it out, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we only get in our own way. And like let's say no one can actually give you a bad life. Like you can't get a bad life from anyone else. You can't get a good life from anyone else. It's all internal. It all begins with you. And the thing is, it's like, let's say you're going through something uncomfortable and you have to go through it, but because you don't want to go through it, or like you can't understand why it's happening, you might just give up or quit or just stop the whole process completely, which in a sense is also meant to be your path. Like you're not meant to, it's stuff like that you have to just like understand. Like let's say like you want something but you don't want to go through this process, or like let's say you've got a girlfriend but you know that real love means that you don't ask her, oh, have you been cheating and this and that. You don't ask her these questions, but because you really want to know this question so bad, you go out of your way to go do these things. I think that that's where you get yourself in the way of yourself, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I think is like the thing. And like the reason that made my belief so much more stronger is because my belief is deeply rooted in the Bible. So obviously in the Bible it says, when I started to really figure out about me not doing anything and like just leaving my life to play out how it plays out and just trusting it's gonna be okay, the Bible spoke to me. Like, and the more I was reading it, I started realizing that in the Bible it actually tells you that it tells you everything that is about this, letting go. It's all about letting go and having faith, you know what I'm saying? And I started to think that is actually what it's all about, because in the end you don't actually know what's going to happen tomorrow. I could die tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time I want to keep going, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about getting that balance of figuring out what you want and then not being scared of that outcome, like not being scared of what happens during the way. And I think that of you worrying about what's going to happen between point A and point B, that worry is the one that sets you off track, or maybe makes you miss out on the things that you wanted to get, or whatever it might be. And that's where it's all rooted from. The Bible actually, it says like, all you have to do is trust God, which I leaned back to is trust in the process. It will say stuff like, all you have to do is let go. All you have to do is be calm. All you have to do is be still. And like all these things literally meant exactly what I figured out outside of the Bible anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I put two and two together and I thought this is true, you know. That's what made me firmly believe more in the Bible and Jesus and everything like that. And at the same time, it made me think that that is the right way to do it, because at the end, you know, realistically, like, you don't have control of anything, but we want to control so bad that we feel like sometimes we'll panic in uncomfortable positions and stuff like that. But or it's even like, let's say you're going to a job interview and you're panicking, you're worried, you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And like, you'll go to the interview and then like you'll just like, or might not even end up turning up to the interview or something like that. Like, something will set you off track of that interview, you know, like, it's just things like that. But then when you actually turn up to the interview, and whatever you've built up in your head is never as bad as what's actually going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you think is going to happen never actually happens the way that you think that it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like things like when you let go of things and then they just come to you, like things like that just made me believe in it just made me believe in the fact of letting go and just letting the process happen and all these type of things. And this is where this intrinsic belief came from. So that's why I think that it's important, that's why I say to you now why I believe that your life is perfect. All you have to do is just let go. And do you know what the craziest thing is? A lot of the time, people are in bad situations, or held up in life, or something's like feels like they're holding on. Every single time, most of the time, the answer is always to let go of something. You know, whatever anger you had, whatever dispute, whatever thing, vengeance, all of these things are the worry, the fear, the panic, all of these things. But you never like, you never actually like caught up in trouble because you were worried about being happy or something, or you were worried about it being good and stuff. Like, it's just the things of like worry and stuff like that which hold on. And every time you have to get out of that situation, it's all about just accepting it to happen. Like, you let yourself lose so that you can win later. You know what I'm saying? Or just things like that. Like, that's why I believe that your life is perfect if you just let it happen. Because at the end of the day, you know, you don't have control. You know what I'm saying? I believe that you don't have control. I feel like it all comes from God. And you do have control in a sense, but you don't have total control, because you couldn't make yourself dead and then like alive, or you couldn't make yourself into anything that you ever wanted to and stuff like that. Like, we're only here with these things to play with and stuff like that. And that's where it's all deep rooted from. It's just the fact that every time in my life, everything that I've had to do involves accepting something or letting go of something, or just literally just letting things play out, or letting bad situations happen and stuff like that. And the interesting thing is, the cure for panic attacks and the cure for panic attacks, the cure for stuff like anxiety and stuff like that, is to accept the feelings to do what they want to do to you. Like letting yourself lose in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, just letting everything happen, and that walks you towards being actually calm. It actually walks you into chilling out, and just you get the things that you want by letting go, which makes no sense. Because if you think, oh, anxiety, your normal brain will think, oh, I'm gonna go have to get a tablet, or to get rid of it the fastest way, quickest way. And that's where you get caught, because it's not about getting rid of it. It's a natural thing, and like, it's about understanding, and you know and that's why I believe that letting go of things is like, even sometimes you might be held back in your career because you've got a hunger for money. You've actually got no real, what you don't realize what you're actually looking for isn't the money, it's the actual passion of what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And like, you don't realize that thing gets you the money and everything anyway, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe in these things, and especially because of the Bible, because the Bible actually pointed me towards this and made me know that it's true. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what I think, and that's what I believe. And I wanted to come on here and share it to you lot, and just see like if I can make anyone's brain start thinking and stuff like that. And throughout the whole Bible, it's all about faith. You know what I'm saying? And like, the fact that Christianity is all about faith, and the fact that it works. It worked outside of it, leads me to believe that it's true, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I believe, and I just wanted to come on here and share it with you lot. I am thinking about other videos that I can do, other ideas and stuff like that that I may do next. But as of right now, I just wanna, I felt like sharing this video, and yeah, like if this has helped out any of you lot, just leave it in the comments below, or message me on Instagram or anything. We can have a chat and like actually speak about this, because this is where my heart is now, and like this is what I want to do on YouTube. I want to just share things that have that mean something to me and stuff like that. And this is why I feel like these topics are the biggest, most important topics in the world, and these are the ones that give you the answers that you need. So, in the end of it, I believe that if you trust God, trust that He's put you in the right place. Them times when you're talking about trusting the universe, trusting the process, trusting this, realistically, you're just trusting God. And that's where everything happens. Trust in God brings you everything that you want anyway. You know what I'm saying? In the actual Bible, it says, if you lose your life in the name of Jesus, you find it. And that's what it means. And that's what it feels like when you're letting go. It feels like you're about to lose your life. It feels like you're just letting yourself be vulnerable, letting yourself lose. But you gain your life by doing that. And it's about letting go of that, the ego, letting go of the stuff like anger, just letting go of everything and just being like empty almost, but then you're still full. You know what I mean? It's so weird, but it makes sense. And like, that's what I think, makes sense and stuff like that. And it's like, you're going to talk to girls, like, why is it there? It's literally that's the perfect example of what I think life is like. The more you try to prove how much you love to a girl, is the further away she moves away. But when you stop trying to prove yourself and you just let yourself be, the girls come. And that's exactly what I believe. And like, I want to leave you guys off with that. And yeah, more videos coming soon. Music coming soon. I'll leave a preview at the end. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below. And yeah, I'll leave it at that.
No. And I ain't tryna tell you lies no more. I'm really tryna stay truthful. The truth stands on its own and it's beautiful. It's really keeping me youthful. And I ain't tryna tell you lies no more. I'm really tryna stay truthful. The truth stands on its own and it's beautiful. It's really keeping me youthful. No more lies, I'm just tryna tell the truth. I'm tryna switch up the ways of my youth. When you didn't want me, all I wanted was you. All the lies you seen through, and now the real come true. Come through, little body, see the proof. I stopped lying when I stepped into the booth. Now what I'm feeling, now you're feeling it too.